Hello everyone, if you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button so you will get the latest update. Let's solve problem number 16 for 19 marks. Scott purchases food for his dog in large bags and feeds the dog the same amount of dog food each day. The amount of dog food left in the bag at the end of each day can be modeled by an arithmetic sequence. On a particular day, Scott opened a new bag of dog food and fed his dog. By the end of the third day, there were 115.5 cups of dog food in the bag, and at the end of the eighth day, there were 108 cups of dog food remaining in the bag. So this is at the end of 8 days. This is the end of third day. Find the number of cups of dog food fed to the dog per day. So we're actually looking for the difference. We are trying to feed the dog every day, so we are removing a particular number of cups of food for that dog. So to get that, A1, A1. So we have our U sub 8, that's that right, equals U sub 3 plus n minus 1, that gives you 5d. N minus 1 is 5. Or you can have, let's say, U sub 1, U sub 2, U sub 3, U sub 4, U sub 5, U sub 6, U sub 7, U sub 8. And we actually started here from U sub 3 to U sub 8. There are, from U sub 3 to U sub 8, there are 6 terms. So that's our n. So n minus 1, 6 minus 1, say 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. So n minus 1 is equal to 5. So 5 terms. So 108 equals 115.5 or 1/2 cups plus 5 times d. So our d is equal to negative 1.5. But in the light of this question, we're looking for the number of cups of dog food. So our answer should be a positive answer. We are feeding the dog 1.1.5 cups a day. I don't know, I'm having trouble with my stylus. Part 2. The remaining number of cups of dog food remaining in the bag at the end of the first day. So this at the end of the third day, at the end of the fifth day, at the end of the first day. So we're looking for U sub 1. Okay, we can use U sub 1 using U sub 8 equals U sub 1 plus n minus 1, 7d. So we have here 108 equals U sub 1 plus 7 times negative 1.5. Our d is negative 1.5 and not positive 1.5. So our U sub 1 from this equation is equal to 100, that's it right, 100, what am I having trouble here, 118.5, 1, 1, 1, 8. See, I'm having trouble. 0.5. Okay, so that's the number of cups. For letter B, calculate the number of days that Scott can feed his dog with one bag of food. So we're looking for number of days. Which is n, number of days. So u sub n is equal to u sub 1 plus n minus 1d. And then it has to be how many days can Scott feed the dog with one bag of dog food. So means it has been consumed, finished. It's been fed to the dog. So let's take this. What about writing with other letters? 0. It's the same. Equals u sub 1, 118.5. Been writing but it doesn't write. 118.5 plus n minus 1 d. Our d is negative 1.5. You can use numerical solve here. I'll just write what n equal to because I'm having trouble writing using my stylus. So n equals 80. So 80 days. In 2021, Scott spent $625 on dog food. Scott expects that the amount he spends on dog food will increase at an annual rate of 6.4%. Okay, let me erase this. Determine the amount that Scott expects to spend on dog food in 2025. Round your answer to the nearest dollar from 2021. Okay, 2021 to 2025. So you can count that. The number of terms from 20 to 21, we have 5 terms. Okay, so 5 terms. So our n equals 5. So I'd like to find the amount that Scott would expect to spend on dog food in 2025. So this is u sub 1, 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25. So this is u sub 5. So our u sub 5 is equal to 600, 625. That was what was spent on 2021, multiplied by 1 plus 100% plus 6.4% is 1.064 raised to n minus 1, 5 minus 1, or simply 4. So our u sub 5 is equal to $801. So this is for letter C. For letter D, calculate. Okay, by the way, the answer here is 8. Okay, okay, doesn't matter. Anyway, we're just going to write the answer to 3 significant digits. For letter D, this is simply encoding. We have this in our template. So you just encode this where we will have our 6.25, exactly the same thing, n minus 1, 5 minus 1, 4. So this will give us an answer which is, okay, d sub 1. The first answer is 8394.39, and we write the answer to US dollar. US dollar. So it's going to be 8394. Nearest dollars, nearest ones. Okay, for part 2, describe what the value in part T1 represent in this context. So this represent the total number of the total not total number but the total cost of dog food for 10 years, which is from period 2021. This is 10 years from 2021 to 2031. We don't actually need to write this, but since it's 10 years from 1st to 10 and from 1 to 10, so period of 10 years to 30. Okay. For letter E, comment on appropriateness of modeling this scenario with a geometric sequence. So let me write here. I'll just write it here. Letter E. So that I have to move this up. So it is inappropriate in the sense that it doesn't count for inflation or rate of inflation. It doesn't count the change in inflation rate. For sure, for 10 years, we cannot say that the inflation rate is consistent, but we can also say it's appropriate if the inflation rate did not change at all. Okay, this is just one of the reasons. You can also cite other reasons like the model does not count for the change in the amount of food that the growing dog needs, etc. So this will stop at this point. Goodbye, everyone.